Welcome back. You gotta teach the youths the truth. I'm seeing too many silly black girls in there. And black boys. You gotta teach the youths the truth. How are you raising those kids, people? Come on. Welcome back to the Article Caribbean Reality TV experience. Yes. Here you get the black, you get the Caribbean, you get the womanist, not feminist, and you get the academic perspective on reality TV. And right now we are reviewing Love Island season 8, and we're now on episode 18. I missed 17 yesterday, so I will do like a quick recap. But y'all, you gotta teach the youth the truth. Hey, y'all have your black kids out there being manipulated so easily. People can't think for themselves. Corbin is a pussycoon. Anything blonde that has a V, he is going to be there. Like, y'all, you gotta teach the youths the truth. Hey. And in the meanwhile, we're going to take Aniyah and throw her into like the ocean in Fiji because losing the key, losing key. Aye. Anyway, so quick recap of episode 17. Aniyah is still misbehaving with Casey. Casey is upfront with her. So there is no more, oh, he's not telling me the truth. He wants to explore soul. He's not telling me. Sis, I'm exploring. And she keeps like this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like, sweetie, you don't have to pressure him into telling you what you want to hear. And until you hear what you want to hear, you're going to keep punishing him. She giving the boy attitude. She's mad, this, and then everybody is in her ear. Casey is all of a sudden the biggest villain on the island. Like, not even in the house. Casey, all of a sudden, because he wants to do what Love Islanders do, Diablo. Diablo. I don't understand. And the worst thing about it is that they're continuing to nail him to the cross for somebody who has already left the house. Y'all need to put yourselves on it. Anyway, so we also have in that episode Zach freaking out over Kata talking to Caleb. So we saw that ending in the last episode. Then we have a continuation. And I don't know. I don't know if it is like real as jealousy or if it's like I'm going to lose my pawn that is going to take me to the end of this game. I can't read it. I can't read it because after she speaks to Caleb and he is all irritated and everything, she's obviously irritated. So he's allowed to be irritated. He's allowed to be like super passive aggressive and act like he's having so much fun with everybody else. And he's all like, I love blondes. And then Kate coming in and telling him like, let's go talk. And he's like, say please. Am I on the plantation? Hello. Hello. 1804. That is when Haiti gained their independence. You're going to tell a woman who is half Haitian as a white man to say please. Well, thank God that this kid said no. Kid said no. Thank you, Kato. Thank you, Kato. Thank you, Kato. But then afterwards, he's like painting Kato to people as like this angry black woman. And like he doesn't understand why she's angry when he was purposely being mean to her. Even the following morning, he's all like, "You don't get breakfast. You don't get breakfast." And he's like making like little excuses. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll prepare my own breakfast." Sis, you don't have to prepare your own breakfast. And if you do prepare that breakfast, that's the last time he should prepare breakfast for you. Y'all, put your kids on. Stop letting people just play those black kids like they're like putty in people's hands. Putty in people's hands. Like, I wish I had appreciated Ace and Shelly more in the last season. But again, I wasn't looking at this as closely as I am now. So anyway, the other thing to take note of is Trinity is telling everybody Bryce is showing people his D and not her. Get a clue. Get a clue. Anyway, she continues to drag Casey to Aniyah. So she's continuing Bryce's mission. Bryce is on mission. Bryce has had the battery pack put in his back to rail Casey. Well, I'm sure he would want to actually rail Casey, but he just keeps at Casey. This boy is like a dog with a bone with Casey. Should you explore? Did you want to explore? When did you want to? Should you explore? Casey! And Casey is falling for it. Casey is falling for it, which is what disappoints me the most. But anyway, Trinity continues to carry the dog with the bone and she doesn't see it for Casey anymore. Casey is La Diablo. That was wrong. Casey is El Diablo. And it is really sad to see. But anyway, they get ready for this challenge, the heart rate challenge. Everybody's looking all cute, and then the boys are whisked away, and it's Casa Amor. Casa Amor, y'all, we've been waiting because we wanted some wrenches to be thrown into the villa, and we have some wrenches. But what they did to the girls, diabolical, diabolical. Like, how dare you have the girls dress up, sit at the fire pit area. Then you tell them there's a big gift, and when it opens, they have to watch their men's be rubbed down and pulled down and handcuffed and and the men were loving it. And of course, because I'm tracking production, Production is showing Casey the most. Casey is having the best time. Casey, hey, you would swear it was Casey alone. Casey sincere. And then this Maga girl. By the way, why am I saying this girl's still in episode 18? This Maga sis is still there in the house. About this is all you get, this is what you get. Your dry ass can't twerk self. This is what you get. Anyway, they're waiting for you when you leave that house. Everybody's waiting for you because you're not just, and I got this from this Ricky girl, sorry. It's nighttime. Yeah, that this girl is like hard ER racist. So, mm, and she showed it very clearly. She's racist and she's proud. How about that? So yeah, that basically was like the girls freak out and then Leviathan says, "Okay, you can go to bed now," while the guys sail off into the sunset. So anyway, that was it for episode 17. Now it's episode 18. We open with the guys telling the girls telling the guys a bit about themselves, and the guys each pick a girl to chat with. Now you can see from the get-go, from the time when they were doing the heart rate challenge, you could see that they weren't really feeling the very dark-skinned sis. I can't remember her name. So Bryce being paired with this girl is like, I know Bryce is not into this girl. And I don't know if it's strategic. I don't know if because he specifically is attracted to brunettes, apparently. But he ain't touched Parmida yet. Anyway, so Alana, racist. I can't call her by her name, eh? Let's give her a new name. Ra Racist MAGA girl. Anyway, so this girl, she came into the house gunning for Zach, and she had already made out with Charlie. How does that make sense? Is that what you guys do? Like, y'all racist MAGA people? Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, so we're back at the villa. The girls are talking. Kata says if Zach does anything sexual, she will be super mad. And Trinity and her Delulu self agrees. Like Trinity, like at the beginning of this episode, she was acting like she and Bryce had such a strong relationship. The level of Delulu with Trinity when he done showed Zach his thing and he ain't even want you to see it, talking about how he had to stop you in bed. Like, y'all, teach your kids to be on. Like, these children just don't see anything. So Aniyah keeps threatening from since last episode. She's like, yeah, I'm going hard, I'm going hard, I'm going hard. She's ready. Whoa, yo, yo. She's ready, she's ready, she's ready. And Trinity continues Bryce's play. And it's like, yeah, it's time for this MFK to stop playing in your face. Huh? Alternate reality. Get me out of this group chat. Alternate reality. It is so sad to see what they're doing with Casey, how Casey is being treated. Like, sis, you have to worry instead about Bryce being in a whole other relationship. A whole other relationship. Come on. At this point, I think Casey is literally the only person that I like in this house because everybody is moving like mad weird. Like, I don't know. Aniyah, I think she's cool, but Aniyah came into this house a little too innocent. Just a little too innocent. She needed to, as I said in my last episode, she's a little bird who needs to go to Cruzo for to learn. Pink Panther. Anyway, so Casey is with Titi, y'all. Casey is going hard with Titi. And Casey now he's been pressured so much by everybody, he feels like he has to prove himself. So Caleb and Pamela, they're booed up also. Then we have Titi walking into the dressing room with the girls, and she's like, my man, my man, my man, girl. I'm just concerned that at the end of the day, because Titi is really cute, I like her. I'm just concerned that at the end of the day, she will be used as, and not intentionally, but Casey will end up using her as his stamp of, I am able to. I can do bad all by myself. And it all came from pressure. Y'all don't keep those kids innocent. Let them know what is out there. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, I was raised very sheltered, and when I stepped out into the world, there was so many things and interactions that I literally did not understand. Like, I, I had a partner who was just like, at one point, he was like, I think I might like prefer to put you in a box and watch you because the level of innocence was just so heavy. And I'm seeing that a lot with Casey and Aniyah. Yes, you protect your kids, but you have to make them aware of what is out there in the world and to really understand how to navigate human selfishness. Yeah. So anyway, people are matching up to go to bed. Corbin, of course, matched up with the blonde. Hmm. Yep. So Sierra and Casey going at it in bed. I'm concerned for her. I don't want her to be disposed like a cheap rag, but that's what it's giving for her, unfortunately. She's going to think that like is going to go somewhere, but the reason why he's going that hard for you, babe, is not the reason that you think. I'm sorry. So anyway, everybody goes to bed. It's morning time, and of course, Bryce and Zach are in the same bed. Please, please, just couple up and go to the end together because both of you are working overtime to go to the end, but Zach now has been derailed because Zach doesn't know where he stands in terms of can he play the game or does he actually like Kata? So Sincere is saying how he misses his boo. I don't know if I should be proud of Sincere or if I should start looking at Sincere like, is it that 100K calling? So the girls get a text and their mans are coming. Their mans are coming. The guys discuss the new girls, and Zach says he owes it to himself to explore. And again, paints Skater as this super angry person, which is scary. It's kind of like, oh, she's super angry, but there's no backstory. And it's the level of anger that he um expresses was just not existent. It was non-existent. So, y'all, don't date outside your race carelessly, please. Corbin is now saying that he saw red flags with Kenzie, that he postcone, postcone, oh lad. This man will not let up. He will not let up. Kenzie, in the meanwhile, is saying she's never speaking to him again, and she's on her single girl shit. Like, Kenzie, you been. Like, you're not understanding how I like when a woman is in control of her sexuality and she's open with her sexuality. I'm super sex positive. But when you meet those like Kenzie who are like out there and who want to maintain, especially with her whiteness, she wants to maintain this image of like being an angel. Remember when she was doing the affirmation, she's like, I'm an angel. So they want to maintain this image of themselves as an angel. There's just like this false cognitive dissonance. Like she could not see herself as lustful because she's an angel, but you're behaving in ways that are that. It's fine for these inscriptions to be set on other bodies, but not your white body. You better teach the youth the truth. Anyway, so good job, Eli, for showing the girls what the men did first. We love that. Because these girls are ready and they're ready to misbehave. So Sincere chats with Casey and Bryce. He says he will give the women the same chance he gives Soul, and I'm like, no thanks. As my people will say, as my Lucians will say sometimes, no thanks. Casey says he doesn't know what Aniyah is doing and immediately insert Bryce. As soon as Casey opens his mouth and speaks about Aniyah, insert Bryce. The entire episode, insert Bryce. You owe it to yourself to explore. Insert Bryce. You need to explore and be true to yourself. Insert Bryce. Bryce. Are they paying you like a little extra? I remember last year there was this idea that Amaya was incentivized to behave in certain ways. Bryce, Bryce, how much them pay you? How much them pay you to harass Casey and Casey doesn't even realize that it's happening to him? It started with Zach and now Bryce is carrying the torch. So we're back to the villa and Ariana pops into the dressing room, takes the girls down to the fire pit, and the 12 men are on their way. But I didn't bring 12 men, and out of the 12 men, I ain't seen 12. Y'all, look, y'all could have cut it down to six. There were six men who had no business being there. Okay? So Aniyah says she's ready, boy, to be open and explore. Woo! Let's see. So Chandler and Key. Okay, that's my flavor. But what's wrong with these girls? Like, seriously, are they blind? Or is my preference so like, mm, you know, mm. I mean, in this era where we have so many like you would think that things would be a little different in terms of like color preference and being proud of their blackness, because we have so many of these kids' books that are coming out about your hair, your skin tone, etc., that these kids are now growing up with. You have all these TV shows with representation, but anyway, we have to be careful when we say representation is a representation of the what and the why and the how. Be careful with what you expose your kids to as they grow up, because obviously we failed, but we'll finish up with this. So the girls get to know the guys. Ariana leaves. The girls, they have this party. Kenzie's splitting, of course. Kenzie just loves attention, and she thinks that this dancing thing where she can split and do like a hard twerk where her butt doesn't shift, that is Kenzie's purpose in life. To get attention from men, opening her legs here, splitting the middle there, open her legs there. So Ariana eventually pulls up and ends the party. They all go over to the fire pit and they have the guys kiss two girls that catch their eye, and Aniyah is like at the top, especially for my two boys, Key and Chandler. Don't have the names right, but I know Key. Boy, Key take Aniyah. Whoosh! I'm thinking, Aniyah, after this, my God, holy, my pearls clutched. But anyway, Gal and Jen are perfect. Corey and Trinity, they have like really good chemistry. And Kenzie, jeez, Kenzie. And she was so proud of herself. Like, oh, I did my big one. I showed them what I could do. Kenzie, close that cat. Close the cat. Because that thing just taken too much air in Fiji. Please and thanks. So they asked the girls then to go off and choose six men. Y'all, one ugly white man. That's the only one they kicked off, and all the others black man. These girls don't want black. How do you let a piece of chocolate that looks so delectable and delicious, like Key, Aniyah, can you hear me? Lord Almighty. It was a sad day for me. It was a sad day for me because when I saw Key, like literally my promise to myself that I have no business interfering with anybody like 5 years. or more younger than me, especially like getting older, like that would go out of the way if I saw Key in person and like he looked at me like half a glance. I would completely forget it. I see Key and I go grrr. It's a mess. Oh my God. So they're getting ready for the evening and then they have to go. So anyway, they chose Corey, Che, Gal, Ronnie, Dylan, and then I'm like, Aniyah, Carl, Aniyah, you ain't see how Key take you and toss you in the air? My girl toss salad, eh? Hey. Anyway, they get ready for the evening and they're still complaining about the men in CASA. But the funny thing about it is that when everybody comes down, Mel pulls Aniyah and they're both talking about how they miss their man, they miss their man. I'm looking at Aniyah, sometimes I just want to like slap Aniyah. Because how do you treat this guy so badly? And now you're like, oh, I miss Casey. Get your act together. Get yourself together. I'm wondering if you didn't choose Key because you knew that would be like hardcore temptation and you definitely would fall. In that case, I don't blame you. But y'all, because you know what that means. If you're not choosing what looks like you, then inadvertently it means that you don't choose you. You don't want to see you. You don't want to see you looking at yourself. It's like sometimes when I go into spaces where there's like one black person there and they literally pretend that they don't see you, it's as if they think acknowledging you will make the other people in the room realize they're black. Like, sis, like they've been known you're black. I don't know. I don't know. It's giving a little non-self-acceptance kind of, oh, Aniyah. Trinity, I think like I wiped my hands off of Trinity, but anyway, afterwards they go off for chats and then you could see like Trinity and this guy are really hitting it off, as we will see later. Aniyah has this conversation with Carl and he pulls Carl for the kiss. Back with the guys, we have Zach and his racist girl. He kissed she. Um, Kata and Che, because Che looked like Zach, same thing like Zach. That's like Kata's type. And she and Che have like both half white backgrounds. Is white and Indian, and Kata, I think it's like half caste island. Half caste island. Then we have Corey and Trinity, and the vibe is good. The vibe is good. We have Bryce and Sincere speaking at the end, y'all. And Bryce is speaking about Trinity, how he misses Trinity, and it's like such a huge performance, and he's crying in diary, but the crying is no tears. He misses Trinity, Mrs. Trinity. You've been egging everybody else to follow your heart, but you're on a mission. And that mission is about to fail. And I was so happy to see Trinity hold down this boy and them kissing while in diary talking about how we miss Trinity. No 100K for you. No 100K for you. Anyway, so this was a little like not tip top, but I just wanted to hop on because it's been a while. I had some guests and they've laughed. My sister, bestie, cousin, soulmate, everything. But yes, thank you so much for hanging with me. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we look forward to tonight's episode.